What's up, guys? Oh, yeah, turn that on. That's weird.
All right, we're a little, a little unorganized right now.
What's up, guys? Ooh, I hear a loud echo.
What's up, guys?
Check, check, check. What's up, guys? This is Poor Therapy. I'm Blake, and this is Brad. We're having a few technical difficulties here, but sorry it's been so long. Yeah, that sounds better. What was it? The reverb.
All right, guys. What's going on? Hope everybody's had a good day. It's been a while since we've done this,
Yeah, that's mainly my fault, guys.
but
Been trying to get my shit in order.
all right. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna go live on TikTok,
Yeah, there we go.
which I have a bone to pick with you.
Why, bro? Oh, making no videos.
Yes.
Listen, guys, Bradley, he's a great friend, and this motherfucker, I keep on letting him down. Yes, he's gonna lie,
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
and only in a good way, does he?
All right, give me 1 second, and
Oh shit! What? What's up, guys?
all right.
So we are live on TikTok, right?
All that should have been done earlier, but I just got home, so I had to hurry up and rush it.
Yeah, we've been busy. So what have you had going on, Brad?
Give me 1 second. I don't like this.
I know I had to fix mine a little.
All right. All right. It's been a pretty what?
You're not in it
Oh my god. All right, 1 minute,
enough.
guys.
You want me to get up and do it?
I got it. I got it. I'm closer.
See, guys, without Brad, this thing wouldn't be going along as good as it goes. I got a good friend.
All right.
So, what have you had going on? Oh shit, hold on.
You hear the echo? What's up? What's up?
That's better. What's up?
All right. Ignore my hair. I'm gonna get it cut later this evening. I know I've been saying that for a while now, but I'm definitely gonna get it done.
I got mine cut today. I had it styled before I put a hat on.
But let's see. It's been pretty interesting. My dog got sprayed by a skunk.
No, this one.
No, the other one. She's outside. I
Oh
already
man.
already gave her a bath and everything, so she's all right now. But she did have to spend the night in the garage with the wood stove because she stunk real bad.
Oh yeah, bro. I can only imagine.
But other than that, my sister had her kid,
Oh
Chelsea.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
so what about Sabrina?
oh,
She did
Sabrina's
too?
already had hers.
I thought so. All right. All right.
Yeah. But Chelsea had her kid, so now life's gonna be pretty interesting for her. It's definitely gonna get a little harder. But and then let's see. I finally ordered something from Temu, and that website's a scam.
Bro, I've ordered good stuff off there.
All right, so I ordered a solar light.
Oh.
All right, in the video, it shows it this big. All right,
Yeah.
I got it today. It's like this big. But I mean, it was only $6. So
What was your intentions on what was you gonna use it for?
I was gonna put it on one of my buildings, just a have or whatever.
That's kind of cool. Like, was you gonna have it set up to where it would
Yeah, like
produce
if
electricity?
anything like walks under it or whatever, it'll turn on and
Oh,
stuff
all
like
right,
that.
I got you. I got you.
Because I would rather have like I got like 5 buildings, so I want to start putting lights and stuff on them, so like I know if like anybody's back there or something like
Yeah.
And with the solar lights, like they turn on motion sensor. So yeah, I wanted to just have it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this Temu site. Everybody's ordering stuff from it, so I was gonna try it.
Bro, 5 buildings. That's crazy.
I'm not impressed
You
with it.
I am. You could run a brothel back there or something.
Nah, well, I mean they're old buildings though. Like probably in the next 5 years, I'll probably have to tear down one because I mean, like I said, it's like 40 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They still ain't bad though.
but
I know you've had other shit going on. It's literally been like a month and a half since we've seen each other.
I know, but I just can't think of anything.
Of course, that's how it goes.
I mean, mainly I just been here with the baby. I did start to play Ark a little bit. Have you ever played that?
No, remember I downloaded it and
It's a rough game.
it's weird.
It's not weird. It's just like once you start getting good at it or whatever, it gets pretty addicting. And then we got logos.
Oh yeah. I like them.
We got
yeah.
logos.
You got a sample you could show the people, like real quick, or oh, hold on.
I would have to make a slide and everything.
Hold on, I might go.
And I didn't prepare for that. But the logos, they are posted on the TikTok and the Facebook page and everything. So if anybody wants to heck up and they're on YouTube. So I mean, if you're on our YouTube thing, go to YouTube Shorts, and we got it there.
Can they see that good? No. No.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all good. You'll eventually see it.
If anything, I can edit this and put them in.
So you've been playing the PlayStation.
Somewhat, and then
I can't play it all. I told you right before we started.
Yeah. Well, if you want, you can go ahead and say something about that.
So I woke up. I seen emails where someone had tried changing my password and stuff, and I was like, huh. So the first thing I did was tell the old lady, because we use her credit card to buy games and shit.
Yeah, keep talking.
Of course, they did buy something, so we had to cancel the credit card. Well, I changed my password, go to sign back in, and two-step verification is now turned on. And I didn't have backup codes before. So I changed my password. They asked for the code, because it gets sent to the phone number. Well, the dude changed the phone number that's connected to the account, so he's getting the
code.
He's getting the code, but I can sign in, but he can't sign in.
Yeah. Well, that definitely sucks.
Yeah, bro. And I've been on the phone with him for like 2 different days and can't get it figured out. They keep on trying to talk about the backup codes. I'm like, listen, I can't set up backup codes because as soon as I sign in,
yeah,
two-step verification.
You also gotta like look at it on their side, like how many people are trying to like scam people by just going that way too.
I mean, damn, but I got hacked was it was like in Iran and like Afghanistan, and I'm like, I'm in the United States.
Yeah, that is true.
It's clear as day. And at one point they asked me for the serial number off the PlayStation that purchased what they purchased.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the hell am I supposed to get that?
Yeah, that's something else. Thankfully, I haven't had to deal with my account getting hacked or anything. I've had the same PlayStation account since like the PlayStation 3 came out.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of games and stuff like that bought on that.
Man.
If it got hacked, I honestly think I'd.
Well, I know what you're gonna say, and I'm thinking about it. I'd
probably just go to PC.
Oh no.
Because you can't get your PC hacked.
No.
What would you think? An Xbox?
No, I would just not play.
Oh.
End of an era. I would just not play no more.
Well, hopefully you do get your account back, because that would suck.
I'm tired of calling them.
Well, maybe we can put out like a thing for everybody to call him and be like, give Blake his account back.
Yeah, my account name is Whodat540.
Give me a minute. Let me take this off. That way I know where to talk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna end up buying new mics because I hate this.
Like the
gotta talk on the side or this or that.
Maybe if we set it up. It takes too long.
There we go. But let's see. All right, so it's been 2 weeks since we've done this. So
what?
Yeah,
it's been longer.
Maybe 2.5.
Oh, bro, it's been like a month and a half. For sure, bro.
All right, you might be right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
We are not licensed professionals.
Obviously.
Yeah. Just something got to throw
All
out
right.
there just in case.
So it's been a month and a half since we did this. What was the reason the first time? Because I don't even remember.
What was it? Oh, well, me and the old lady wasn't.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
I was like, well, got to get my shit together. So I picked up days at work.
Yeah.
And then the second time, I think I wasn't feeling well. And I was tired as hell. I had been in bed all day. Third
Yeah,
time was
that's
the
when,
beach.
yeah.
I ended up getting mad at
Yeah,
my
we
good
had
friend here,
a,
Bradley.
we had a, well, actually, no, I actually have to say sorry, because,
No, stop.
well, no, listen to me.
Okay, I'll
So,
do that.
all right, so I was expecting us to do the podcast, because we already rescheduled it
Yeah.
the one time, and then you texted and saying, like, you wasn't feeling good, and then I got pissed off, all right, and, it wasn't justified, because for one, like, I was like I was really pissed off. Like I even like went outside and went up to the garden. And I was like, all right, I got to do something with this anger. Like I'll pick some peppers and give because I planted like 6 or 7 more pepper plants than I needed. So I had like 1,000 peppers up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll do something with this anger. I was like, I'll go up there, I'll pick some peppers, and I'll just give them away on Facebook. So I went up there. I started picking some peppers, and then I was like, damn. I was like, I'm a shitty friend. I was like, I let the podcast, like, I picked the podcast over, like, our friendship or whatever. And then, like, I was, like, kind of battling myself with it, and then that's when I was like, you know what, like, I'll give it a little bit. Let's let it cool off a little bit and whatnot, and then I'll text them, and then I was trying to, like, motivate you and whatnot.
Bro. I'm sorry. It wasn't you, man. You
Well,
didn't pick the podcast over your friend. You picked dedicating yourself. Oh, and you didn't even pick it over me. You was just trying, man, bro.
Well,
This is actually a conversation we shouldn't have on here.
all right, you think so?
Yeah, man. Because
Okay.
I have a lot of like apologizing.
All right. But
Or maybe we will just once we get in the zone here.
all right. But short story, whatever. We got over it, and then I started. Which we have to before you leave today. We have to figure out our 4 values. I've got 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because for our intro that we need to make, we need like 4 core values so that the
Like 4 things we're focused on. Kind
yeah.
So they know what to label us under.
No, just like so, like I'd have to show you, but like the way that like the dude I'm working with, he's gonna do the intro. He needs like 4 things to go off of, and then I guess like they kind of like put some stuff together or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how it goes. I just need 4 values.
Well, what's the 2 you got so I know examples?
I wrote them down. Give me a second.
All right. Like, what our goals are, kind of? Like, what? Is that like what you mean?
So what I wrote down was accessibility. So like the podcast is accessible. Like anybody can text the number. Like
Call in,
yeah,
anything.
it's free. Like if you need to vent or whatever, like talk about your life story, whatever you want to do, it's there. So accessibility, relief and self reflection.
Okay.
So like, if you got something like you're holding in or whatever, and you finally tell somebody, how like you feel better.
Yeah.
So that that's like relief.
How
And then-
about releasing unemployed feelings?
Yeah, or that. And then self reflection is like, when you're sitting here talking to us or whatever, like, and you're talking about something. Sometimes people don't actually like assess those feelings and whatnot until they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And then like, they're sitting here, they're telling us whatever, this and that, and then they're like, oh, like, like you kind of figure stuff out on your own.
Just by talking it out loud.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
by talking. So that, and then I wrote empowerment through sharing, but I'm not sure if I want to keep that one or not because that one seems basically like the second one almost. Like empowerment through sharing is like basically like pretty much like you're feeling better after you share or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like you're like you want to open up more to people to after you share. Like you're more open towards like that type of stuff. But
Yeah.
the second and third one kind of runs into each other. But I would like to have two more because I don't really like the third one. But we can brainstorm on that later.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But and then after we figure that out, I'll talk to the guy, which his name is Chase. He's a pretty cool guy, and he runs Help Theory,
Yeah.
and that's a new thing.
Shout out to Chase, by the way.
Yeah, that's a new thing that he's starting up, and it's pretty cool because like we both kind of found each other on TikTok,
Yeah.
and like now we're like helping each other. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was pretty cool.
It is cool. Like I feel like we all kind of
kinda
have the
like-
same goals.
Yeah,
and
because like
started at the same time and like
well, for one, like me and you have no idea what we're doing.
none.
Like we bought this stuff. I did YouTube videos on how to set it all up.
What did I do? I came by. We stood out here and talked in the field about starting some kind of business. Then like
Yeah.
a week later, you said something about the podcast. Next day, we bought this stuff.
Yeah. And like the reason why I did the podcast is because like we can't afford a babysitter. Babysitters right now are outrageous. I looked around at them
Hell yeah.
and I was like screw that. I'll just keep the baby throughout the day while she works, and then we'll just deal with that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but a podcast, like I can be home and do it. And in November when I order my computer,
Yeah.
if we can't do it at my house, then I can pack everything up and I'll take the laptop to your house
Hell yeah.
and we'll do it at your house.
I would love to do it at my house.
Cause then
That'd
like
be cool.
it'll be easier for us to like, oh hey, like I can't do it at this time or whatever, and then I'll be like, all right, well I'll be at your house at this time or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
bro,
more.
I feel like if it was in my house, we would do it more often too. Like.
Yeah, well that's one reason why it'd be more like accessible to us, cause it's hard. Like
I would dedicate my game room to it. Like.
Yeah.
No dogs allowed in there. Like door shut at all times. Yeah, bro. It'd be good.
But like, it's hard to link us up sometimes, especially throughout the week when like, you got your full-time job, I got my full-time job. In between that, like, you're dealing with your stuff, I'm dealing with my stuff.
Yeah.
It can be a pain.
It can.
To link
and
us
us
up.
both show up and feel completely like doing it too. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
I try to. All right. So one thing that I've been doing is I've been listening to a lot of like business podcasting stuff
yeah.
for the last week, and because I was like, you know what? I was like, if I really want to try to get this podcast to work, and my goal is hopefully like in 5 years we'll be blown up by then, which
Yeah.
is there's a lot of podcasts out there, and it's iffy, but anyway.
I know we would blow up. I know we're gonna.
But my like, I was like, you know what? I was like, I should like listen to stuff, try to get like more ideas in my head, and like expand my like thinking and all that
Yeah.
into like different avenues and whatnot, because maybe that would help on the podcast. So I've definitely been listening to stuff like that, and I mean, some of them are kind of cold hearted though, like.
Yeah, but that's their way of turning
And
heads.
the one I listened to said like you should have like drama and stuff like that, but I don't really want to invite drama into our
No,
lives.
because like I just feel,
Life is dramified enough.
yeah, and I feel like a lot of podcasts and shit like that, like they're almost rehearsing the drama before
Yeah.
the camera gets turned on.
Well,
Like, we don't sit here and rehearse. We literally just I walked in. What's up, Brad? Sat down.
Yeah.
You got the YouTube
well, and
live stream
that's
going.
that's
boom.
one reason why we go live is because it's authentic. Like we can't like fake anything. Like it's I feel like live sometimes hurts us in a way because like you can do more if we just record it and then like have it on the back end without anybody seeing it and add stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
again, it's like people people want the authentic stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, like all the stuff that blows up is all dramified stuff
yeah.
too. So
and almost like rehearsed.
I don't know. It's kind of a pain, but
I just feel like when it comes from a place of truth and love, like it'll work out in our favor.
I don't know, that stuff. It seems to be going away. Like especially now. Oh, by the way, I was really pissed last week.
Why?
All right. So after a podcast I listened to, it said like, do a video every day. So I've been literally like, every day trying to make a video. Like after work, like I'll be on the car ride home, like, what's up guys? This is B-Red from Port Therapy here. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then just like think like whatever, say whatever at the time. And I was listening to something, and it was talking about like how America is like kind of degraded and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like we got homeless everywhere, we got drugs everywhere, our buildings, our bridges, our roads, our infrastructure, it's just all going downhill.
Yeah.
And the government, or the federal government, is all about like Ukraine and all this other shit, or my bad.
Yeah. Not worried about what's at home first.
Yeah. And so I made a TikTok, and it was about like this is what I said. I was like, what's going on guys? This is B-Rad here. And I was like, what in the world happened to our country? I was like, 20 years ago, like, we were like the top. I was like, everything was good. There was still homeless and like all that, but it's not nearly as bad as it is now. And then like you got all the inflation and all that crap. I don't even want to get into all that, but then I just like, it was like a 2-minute video. I posted it. Later that night, I went to check it because I always check, like, how many people viewed it, if anybody commented on it. Because I try to comment back. And like, I try to be interactive with people and whatnot. And it popped up that we got a strike on our TikTok because of that video. And then I sent a message, and it didn't tell me, like, what for. It just said it was against guidelines. And I sent the message back. I was like, well, what was bad about the guidelines? Like, can you give me any details? And then they just sent me the same thing they sent me
the first time.
And then I made another video, kind of similar, but I changed the wordplay of it a little bit. And that one got taken down. I didn't get an X for it, but it got taken down. So,
we're allowed to speak freely unless it's something no one wants to hear. Which usually that's the thing that everyone needs to hear. Is the thing that people don't want to hear.
Yeah, that's basically how it seems like. But yeah, so I was pretty mad last week. I'm not exactly sure how many strikes you can have on your account, but I do know if you get enough, they terminate your account. So I'm not trying to have that happen. So I'm trying to be a little more restrictive on my words and whatnot.
I don't care what we're gonna say. What we want to say, and we will find a way around it if it comes to that.
We'll definitely have to change our wordplay on it.
If they ever gave us an X for talking about God, then so be it. I will always talk about it.
Oh, well, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, dude. Is it going to make me mad? All right, go ahead.
All right.
Not even make me mad, just disappointed.
So, I was reading, like, I'm always reading crap. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, it's
that's one thing I haven't been doing. I ain't been watching shorts or nothing, bro. Anyways.
Well, well, what I do is, like, I go to, like, different articles and stuff like that, and I just like read to see what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Well, what's happening in the C country, what I'm talking about, the CHINA country.
Yeah.
If you say it, we might get banned or something. But what they're doing over there is they've been having like a huge Christianity explosion. And they've been like throwing Christians and stuff like that in jails and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of killings too. Well,
it says it in the Bible. I knew it was coming.
Well, their new route to deal with it is they printed out millions and millions of copies of Bibles, but it's not the same Bible. They put in that Bible and like reworded it and printed what they wanted, and now they're giving it out to everybody.
Yeah.
So
don't compromise your faith, guys. Ever.
That's I don't know. That's pretty crazy. But that's one thing I was reading about, and I was like, like Blake might find this a little interesting.
Oh yeah, I do find that interesting. But I knew it was coming, and God bless those people. But no matter what you put them through,
Another thing,
God's with them.
You see about how some of the country or whatever in the United States is going back on the whole mask and COVID crap.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading that New York is they're like already telling people they're gonna mandate masks and this and that, and you got to get your booster because the last one you got isn't gonna work.
What's a booster?
A booster
shot?
is just a COVID shot, just the newer version.
Oh my god, dude!
I think they had like 6 or 7 now.
Stop
But
it!
I haven't got the shot. My opinion on it is it was kind of weird how they was rushing everything and whatnot, and I'd rather not get something that's rushed.
Yeah.
And we actually had COVID. Me, Carmen, the baby,
Yeah, I did too.
Haven, like we
I
all
tested
had
positive.
it, and
It
I
was
had the
horrible.
sniffles. Baby had a little bit of a fever. Carmen had a little bit of fever.
I couldn't taste for a month, and I couldn't smell for a year.
Now I couldn't taste anything, but I could still smell. It was weird.
Dude, it took me forever to get my smell back. It happened so slowly, like over a year, that one day I was finally like, "Damn, I do have my smell back."
Bet you suck a lot of dick.
Yeah, wasn't a stinky, bro.
But sorry, I had to throw that in there. But yeah, we all had it, and it wasn't really that bad. So I was like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna get the shot. I haven't had a flu shot in forever, which I did get the flu last year, and that thing about killed me.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I was running like 103.5 temperature for like 4 days. I laid on the couch, did not move.
I
Overdosed
like
on
Robitussin.
what's that sleeping stuff? Melatonin. I couldn't go to sleep because like I was burning up. I had cold chills. I had body aches.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on.
And when you do go to sleep, like, I have some wild dreams, bro.
I took they're like 10 milligram like little like candy pills or whatever of melatonin, and I took 4 of them, and I was like, all right, I want to go to sleep. So I sat there, went to sleep, and I was having like these like short like little bursts of like dreams that like I still knew I was up, but I was dreaming, and like they were wild. Like they were like I was like falling, and like it was like it was
so vivid too, almost.
It was basically, I've never done acid, but if I had to guess how acid was, it was basically like that.
But with your eyes.
Because my dreams, like, they were like, I don't know, it was insane. I didn't like it though.
Yeah, bro. No one really does like it. It's wild and it sounds cool to talk about, but at the time, like, you're not sleeping good. You're having these like, yeah. I never once felt like that. I don't know, like, you know, I used to do drugs. I'd be up for a while, go to sleep, have wild dreams, bro. Like, wild, so real too.
Another thing is, let's see, what was I gonna say? I already freaking forgot. Dang it! I hate when that happens. But
you was talking about like short bursts of dreams.
Oh yeah, have you ever lucid dreamed? I hear everybody talk about lucid dreaming, and it's like where like you can control your dreams.
They have a way to make it stronger. Supposedly use like sea salt and black vinegar or something like that.
Black vinegar?
Yeah, and you
I've never
mix
heard
it all
of
up.
vinegar.
It's just 2 stuff you can get at the store. You put it underneath your bed at night. And when you go to sleep, like, you'll be like walking in another realm or something.
Oh, all right. Make sure you're talking to the mic.
Oh yeah, my bad.
This is what I did. I turned it to the side and I have it like this. That way, all my words are going straight into the mic. Guys, we got side mics when we ordered these.
There's a difference. Here we go. His words.
Yeah. So we need to get the ones that you can just talk into in front, but we didn't know what we was ordering.
Yeah.
And I had no idea at the time, so we ordered the side ones. So it will work for now. Oh, and after this episode, we can do 2 more episodes, and then we can start putting ads on our episodes. And then I was reading that.
Would we want to though?
Well, yeah, to start generating like passive income for the podcast. And
Okay.
what I plan on doing is just leaving all that, just like on TikTok Live. I've made like $10.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only went like I think this is like the 8th or 9th time I've went live. And what it is, people just send you like gifts and stuff, and that turns into like some type of money or currency or whatever.
Can I use this?
Yeah. Well, that's what I have that for.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hell yeah. Bradley got me on the seed addiction, guys.
No, I did not get you on a seed addiction.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking
I
about.
might have to go to rehab for him. And, dude, my teeth and my mouth will hurt so bad sometimes. And I'll just keep putting them in.
So I've actually got back on sunflower seeds because I'm trying to slow down my calories and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll go through spurts where I do so good. Like, I'll drink water nonstop. And, like, I can tell, like, I'm feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I'll just, like, just go back to regular.
Bro.
Now,
why do us humans do that?
It's
I've done the same thing, but with
the
other
sugar
circumstances.
cravings and all the stuff they put in our foods now. Your body
Sometimes I think it's like
your body craves it.
Like that fight to the top, to the point.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you'll drink water and stuff and you feel good.
Yeah.
But then when you drink soda and, do your bad habits, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
That in between you saying, okay, I'm going to do better. You feeling like shit until you start feeling better. It's like a fight.
Yeah.
Like,
gotta kind of like.
I think that's the addictive part.
I was. After this, after we get done with this podcast or whatever,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to get you to listen. I'm going to tell you the name of this other podcast. I can't say it because I don't know if like we'll get in trouble or whatever.
Yeah, don't say it.
But it trains you how to train your mind. So like
Mm-hmm.
how like you'll wake up and then like you're just having like a crap day and like your mindset's just not in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this podcast that I've been listening to, it kind of like I tried it a little bit and it's kind of working a little bit because like I wanted something to like keep me going into the podcast because like the last week I've had, I wouldn't say doubts, but I haven't really had the motivation. And I was like, come on, Brad. I was like, like, let's just keep doing it. Like,
and that was my energy.
Yeah. Well, that's why, for one, I made a surprise visit on you a little bit.
Yeah, and I love that.
Which, I was wondering if you were going to be mad at me about that. And,
right, when
I could tell Amber.
Until I see your face, I'm like, God damn it. But then once I see you, I'm like, dude, I need a friend. Here's the thing. I'll be fucking up, bro, and everybody will be mad at me. Like, the other day when I got mad at you, I instantly said something.
Yeah.
I didn't hold it back, but I'd rather people do that than hold it in, go around people and talk bad about me, and then slowly start to hate me even more. But, if they instantly say, like, hey, Blake, you're doing this, like, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting, like, it just gets resolved quicker. Like, don't have built-up tension. And
it makes you take care of it, like, because, like...
Exactly. Someone wants to look at me and say...
Well, usually when people get into that mindset and stuff, like, it's hard for people to pull themselves out of it just by themselves.
Yeah.
And well, I was already in Luray, and then I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna just go to his house. And as soon as I pulled in, I seen Amber, and like she was like gave me like a shocked look, and I was like, oh hey.
She probably was shocked.
And I was like, is Blake here? And she's like, yeah, I think he might be in bed or whatever. And then that's when I walked in, and then I seen you, and then yeah, and we just sat there and talked and goofed off.
And you could tell, bro, from the second you see me to when you left, like the energy changes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Let's see. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. I need to start like being. I wouldn't say like more prepared, but instead of like me saying like, oh, like what else was I gonna say? Like have everything in order. Because that's one thing that one of the business podcasts said, like, make sure you're organized, because then like more people will see like you're organized, and then they'll like
But that's
follow
like
along.
rehearsing to me.
I mean, in a way, it is kind of rehearsed, but I mean, it's also like more information for people to like get.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just scared to get into the rehearsing part of it and then start. So, like saying stuff I don't necessarily mean because I have too much time to.
Oh, so you mean
almost
like having a persona?
yes, bro. Because
So
I've definitely done that and
the
I will go ham on it.
the crazy thing about that is, me and a dude at work was talking, and he was like, Brad, like, if you want your podcast to blow up and everything, have a persona. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like pretend somebody, like you're somebody you're not, or whatever.
I've done that for too long. I can't.
And then I was like, no, I was like, I don't want to do that. Like that just seems.
Thank you. That's one reason why we're friends.
Well, I told him, I was like, that just seems like
Go ahead and say it.
like people can like tell. Like, yeah, like it might get a lot of views and whatnot, but then after so long, you're like, you start pretending you're somebody else, you'll get confused.
Hey, I was told you keep making that face, you get stuck like that.
Yeah, that's an old wives' tale, which you can tell it got stuck.
Damn, I know. I thought they was lying. God darn.
But yeah, somebody was like, you should have a persona and whatnot. And I was like, no. I was like, I want to kind of try to stay away from that, because I'm trying to work on my personality now as it is.
Yeah.
And if you add a persona to that, that messes everything up. Because like I said, like you'll get them confused.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know how people do that. Because I have enough trouble with just myself.
They don't split them. Like, they just start
they just merge.
being the persona all the time.
Yeah, they just merge.
Yeah.
And another thing, people, nobody's perfect. So definitely try to work on yourself. And if you think like, oh, there's nothing to work on, there's always something you can work on yourself. Like, maybe you don't realize it, but maybe you're like more selfish, or like, you're cold-hearted, or like.
I just look back at the past like 6 months and think of how many times have I said, okay, I was wrong, or thought in my head, okay, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. If the answer is none, that I haven't looked at anything like that, then I need to reevaluate things.
Yeah.
I need to always be like, not looking back, but just looking at like, am I being conceited? Am I being like, not giving other people forgiveness or a chance in my head? Like,
yeah.
just
and
judging them and assuming. And
well, most people I've noticed, they're on like auto drive. Like they don't work on themselves. They just keep going on through life. Like, which I mean, it's kind of a sad way to look at things.
It is, because then you get to that point to where
you're like 80 years old looking back, and then
anybody who's like that, dude, I know a guy at work. He's the greatest, most holiest man that probably works there. All right, he's only missed like a day in 50 years, 30 years. I mean, I don't know why I said 50, but 30 years he's been there. Well, when I started working there, he started asking questions like, I never missed time. All these people that did, like I didn't get to spend time with my family, go to my son and daughter's baseball games, this and that. Like, at some point you gotta be like, so what's more important, work, money, or
family,
and stuff that really has meaning, stuff that really matters.
Yeah, that's one reason why I like my job so much. I have it sucks because I work every weekend, but I have a balance. So like, I can work, do what I need to do for work. I have enough money for my bills and whatnot, and then the rest of the 4 days I have off, I just spend with family, and then we squeeze what we can.
What's really great about the weekends, though, really?
Well, that's another thing. Weekends. Like, we'll see, one of our buddies that we know, Jordan, he won't get a weekend job because he thinks like, oh no, weekends are for partying and this and that, and like, you can only party and do
for
that
so long.
Yeah, like eventually you get burnt out.
Did nobody party harder than me, and I'm telling you, I was miserable after year one.
I got burnt out after drinking. I used to drink like every weekend it was like a stretch of like 6 months. Then after that 6 months, I was done. I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want
That's
to
like
do
you
this.
was going to the bar and stuff, like up there in West Virginia.
No, that was
You was
before.
working
No,
there.
that was before.
Mm.
Nah, that was like 2 years before I went through my drinking phase. But I had a very short drinking phase, and I don't see how people do it every day. I mean, I
Oh my
do
God.
see because it's addiction. Like you're addicted to it.
But how they get up and
Because
function.
alcoholics run in my family, so it's not a good thing. I mean, you're always chasing the bottle, and you miss out on a lot. And just like with any type of addiction, I mean, you miss out on a lot because you're always chasing
Yeah,
that.
that's how I felt. I would hate myself.
Yeah, you're always chasing that addiction, and it's a good thing. Like I have that in my family because then I can see it, and then I can be like, you know what, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a stray away from that. That's why I only drink one time a year, and that's when we have the river party. And the river party is like where we celebrate the shutdown of the river after we had it open for the spring and summer.
Yeah.
And we usually go to like some arcade place or some place with drinks or whatnot, and then we just get blacked out drunk, and Rodney pays for it all. So that's the only time I
just
give
don't
myself.
like that feeling of being drunk. I don't.
It is the 2 years ago, I was like blacked out drunk. I couldn't walk. I don't even really remember anything.
I just feel like no buzz makes me feel good for longer than what I felt bad for.
Yeah.
I always, well, besides like weed, like, but still that has its drawbacks. Like,
See, the only thing I've ever really like messed around with was alcohol and weed. I don't have any experience in anything else. And even with weed, like, you do have to like I wouldn't say like take a break, but don't let it control you because a lot of people
a lot.
let it control you.
I mean, I'm gonna just say it like this: if you don't have something for a day and you're aggravated, can't
Yeah.
sleep, and can't eat, what is that?
Yeah.
I didn't just describe heroin or meth. I described weed.
Well, I know somebody that smokes weed, and if he don't have it, he throws a huge ass hissy fit and like this and that. And I mean, it's not a good thing. Like, I don't know. It's just I hope he sorts it out. But
Yeah.
for some reason, it seems like the younger generations they just don't.
Well, music has heavy influence.
Not only that, but like, all right. So here's something I talked about on one of my videos that I made. Remember growing up in school and like people kind of made fun of the smart kids.
Yeah, I remember him doing that, and I hated it. I hated
So I was thinking, and like I want my kid to be as smart as I can make her. So like I'm making her like read books, read this, read that, and like I'm pumping her head with information all the time.
Yeah.
And because I want her to be smart. Whatever she wants to do in life, she says veterinarian right now, but it always changes when you get older.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue to just try to pump knowledge into her. But for some reason, like it seems like now kids are just well, for one, they rely way too much on their cell phone.
Yeah.
And there was an article that came out that the state of Maryland tested like 12 or 13 schools, and not a single student could pass the it's like an average math test or whatever.
Yeah.
And not a single one could. Like everybody in the whole school district that they tested, I think they were in 12th grade. They tested them all in each school district. It was 12 to 13 of them. Every single one failed. Not one student passed that math test. So,
Like, why is it? Why was it? Why is it cool in high school to be the kid that just parties, does nothing, has no hobbies? Like,
I think it's because of
why?
adrenaline. Because
What
like,
adrenaline? Like, just that moment of like when they get in
well,
trouble.
well, kids are like, oh, well, this person does that or this person does this, and that's cool. Let's do that too, or
I
whatever.
think it's cool to watch someone do bad stuff and maintain.
Yeah, but they usually always have
They
a
eventually, yeah,
fall.
yeah, eventually.
But yeah, I was just reading that and I was like, damn, like not one student could pass that math test. Which I mean, hey, I'm not judging. Like, I doubt I could pass it right now.
I don't
Cause
know. I was pretty good at math.
I was messing around with those. Like, are you smarter than a fifth grade thing?
All that shit's hard.
I could get like 80%, like the 20% or whatever. I was like, yeah, I have no idea. So I mean, stuff is getting harder. Um, but I don't know. It's interesting to see like how America's education is going. It doesn't look good, I'll tell you that.
No.
And
Well, it
if
does
our
look good. You think we're gonna last another 100 years, bro?
I can't think of a single thing in America that like is doing well. Education is down.
And that's where it all starts. This is where it all starts when shit starts going real bad here, to where like people's not eating, like people like us don't have jobs no more. Like,
Well, and money is getting way more stricter. Like I used to
you know what they're doing now? They're just making different ways of payment because that's the only way to stay afloat.
like, what do you mean?
Different ways of money currency, like Cash App and Bitcoin and all this other different
Oh, yeah,
shit.
like the
Like,
whole crypto
bro,
thing.
the only reason why they done that is because there ain't no more money. Like, eventually,
Well, they
they
have
just
money. They're still printing out money, but the problem with the money they're printing out is there's
did they not
nothing
learn
behind
shit?
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, one day we're gonna be burning all that money in the street to stay warm. Did they not learn
Well,
anything?
that's what happened in the Great Depression.
Of course,
And
yeah.
the funny thing about that is they've been raising the interest rate. The last time they did that was in 1929. What happened after that?
1929.
Well, yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
when
yeah.
they raised the
My bad.
interest rate. The Great Depression happened after that.
Mm-hmm.
So
You think that's like the next like
I think, honestly, I do. I think
things
we're
are a little
gonna.
too big for it to be felt like that, but
It's not gonna have like the same like um.
what's got to happen is our country's got to go downhill, and then other countries we will have had to make them feel like fuck them, we ain't helping them.
Well, that's how it is already. That's like the whole BRICS thing. Do you know what that is?
No.
All right, so Russia, China, Mexico, Iran, North Korea, pretty much all the people that are kind of against us. Saudi Arabia, the ones who control like 80% of the oil
Mm-hmm.
in the world, they made this alliance called BRICS nations. And what it is it's going back to trading physical materials.
Oh, like raw materials
Yeah,
and shit.
so like their materials is backed by like gold, diamonds, like stuff like that. Like before the dollar was
Yeah,
introduced.
yeah, yeah. Which
And
I don't know why that happened.
well, that happened because FDR did that, or maybe it wasn't FDR. It was one of the presidents that did that to get us out of the Great Depression. But they're going back to that. Um, there was Russia and Chinese soldiers and stuff in Mexico. China is surrounding Taiwan or whatever you want to call it, and that's the place. For some reason, I don't know why we don't have a chip place in America, but all of our chips, like anything that's electronic, your cell phone, computers, cars,
Yeah.
anything that's electronic, the chips come from that country. And that country is supposed to be like a democracy. That's why, like, we're over there, like, protecting it and whatnot. But it's right up against China. And China's always said, like, no, that's not a democracy. That's our country and this and that. And what I think is going to happen is here in the next maybe like 6 months to a year, China's gonna invade that. Just like Russia is invading Ukraine. China's gonna invade that. There's no way we can do both. For one, everybody underestimates China, but
Yeah, no
they're
shit.
the one with everything. All of our shit comes from there. That camera came from here. This laptop came from there. This mic came from there. Like everything comes from there. Everything. So
Yeah, but if they keep on, their people's not gonna stand behind the decisions they make.
they already don't. The Chinese people have no say so in any of their government.
Well, it's like death, they will.
Nah, I don't think so. Like if you go on YouTube and look up like Chinese resistance and whatnot, you'll see like millions of people in their streets, and like the Chinese are just gassing them, and
gotta be with them.
They do got cool robots. I will say that they got robots over there that are like kind of flying around and stuff. It's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like America have that.
They got the mark of the beast going on, don't they?
What do you mean by that?
Like chip implantments and shit.
Oh, yeah. So, like, a lot of Chinese now are forced to get chips in their hand. And when you're, like, you got to go home or whatever, you can unlock your door with your chip. And then in China or whatever, you have a curfew. Yeah. So if you're not home by a certain time, like, they know exactly, like, where you're at, what time, like they know it all.
Yeah.
Because they also have social cameras. And what that is they got them all throughout their cities and stuff. So if like you commit a crime or like
your social status will go down.
Yeah. And that means your money goes down, like you won't be able to do certain
all
stuff.
All China has to do is get enough countries in the world to want to do that. And then dude, they wouldn't even have to invade us. They could just stand outside the border and allow nothing in.
Well, that's basically how they planned it. They've planned that like 30, 40 years ago. They've been slowly introducing it. That's why like the Chinese and Russians have bot farms. You know what that is?
No.
All right, so like let's say like they're usually political, but like let's say like, you know, we post a video and say like, you know, America's #1 or this or that.
Yeah.
They'll have bots comment on that video and like try to make people argue within the comments. And so all that
probably happens a lot, and it's probably so successful. It's nuts.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you could be arguing with a bot and not know it, because like they've redefined them so well. Give me a second. Let me hit the OK button on my phone.
I seen that. I was gonna say something earlier. What, bro? How long ago? So our TikTok went offline, guys. Right when it done that, right? Yeah. I knew I should have said something, bro. I seen it do it too. Damn it.
That's
like,
alright.
That'll be alright.
My phone's on 18%, so hopefully it lasts a little longer.
I'll have to do it again when it gets to 15, won't it?
But yeah, like I don't know, the whole world as a whole, it's not looking too good, but
all for money and power. What is what it boils down to.
Yeah. But also, guys, if you need to call, text, or whatever event, like the numbers on the screen. If not, oh, wait a minute. Before I get into that, we just got accepted into Apple Podcast or whatever. I've been trying.
Oh shit!
I've been trying to get that for like the last 2 months.
How do you get accepted? What you have to do?
Well, I had to go in, and every time I'd sign into the account or whatever, it kept saying like I had to verify something, but it wouldn't send me nothing. I tried to talk to the help. They said I should have it. I went in, looked in like the inbox, the spam, all that. It wasn't there. And so finally I was like, you know what? I was like, let me just try it underneath my name. So I signed into my actual account, which like I have separate accounts. Like I have accounts for the podcast, and then I have
personal.
Yeah, and then my personal.
Yeah.
So I had to do it underneath my personal, but we're on there, so we're
good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Hell yeah.
It just took a while for some reason, it would not allow me to do it on the podcast email and all that. But now we're in there, and that's like where like 60% of like podcasts blow up at. So I'm hoping we
Hell
give it a little bit of time, see how it goes. And
That's all we
whatnot.
gotta do. Give it time and put forth effort.
Well, the way I think or whatever is like, if we just keep cranking these things out, and after a while we just get like 500 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there should the amount of information and stuff will be there, and then people will just start like, because like that's what I will look for when I look for podcasts.
Yeah.
I look for ones that have like hundreds of episodes, because then I know like, oh,
you can spend time watching it. And like,
yeah. So I figure once we get more, it'll be all right. It's just got to keep the motivation up to do them.
Yeah.
And just got to
come up with ideas if we can too, Well,
that, and just slowly just like get better. I was going to try to go, instead of going on Twitch, because Twitch doesn't seem to be working for us.
I know.
So I was going to do it on YouTube, but I didn't have enough time to set it up today. So I'm definitely going to set it up next time, because you got to do certain stuff and whatnot. But
I'll be here a little early next time.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely have it ready next time, because it seems like all the people viewing is from YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to. People say Instagram is awesome and it blows up.
Yeah.
I've posted so much, and I think like out of the 50 videos I've posted, I think 3 people have viewed them. So I don't know. I don't know how people say Instagram is blowing up.
Some people stubborn with the views, but once it starts rolling, bro, that's when it starts going. Just gotta get it on a roll.
So I did join this Facebook group, and it's for podcasting or whatever.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing people say like, if you want your podcast to blow up, you got to pay for advertising.
Yeah.
Which, like, right now, we can't do that because money's strict right now.
Plus, I don't feel like we have enough like content.
Well, yeah. So I figure after we get enough content, I get done paying off my damn surgery bill, then I'll have like enough to kind of splurge.
Well, you can always ask me, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like if I can't chip in and do it.
But that's why we're in it like 100. Like.
Yeah,
real,
but that too, but like, I feel like if I can't at least go 50-50, then.
Yeah, but you took the initiative to get stuff yourself.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you went in and bought stuff for the podcast. Like, you told me, but like, you just went and done it. You didn't ask for 50%.
Well,
like, so just.
Well, I mean, like the flyers and stuff like that is different. Well,
I want to contribute if I can. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, yeah. But all right, we'll talk.
Like,
about
sometimes
that.
I don't always have the motivation. So if I at least have the money,
All right, yeah, I get,
So look at it that way, bro.
Yeah. Which I'm hoping the next time we do this, I'll have us both a shirt.
Oh God, no.
So all it is it's just gonna say like, it's just gonna have our podcast thing on it, and then like maybe the number or something on the back or something like that.
Cool.
Something simple.
Yeah, I like that.
But I've been messing around with it. It costs way too much to order them online. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just go to like Walmart, and since I have a discount card for that, I'll buy a couple shirts there. And then Mom has that like a shirt maker, like it's a Cricut or something.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna put that on there for us.
Hell yeah.
That seems to be way cheaper than.
Oh, it is, like shipping and handling for one, and just yeah.
Well, I was on one of the websites or whatever, and I was like messing around with it, like I was putting in our logos and whatnot and everything, and for one shirt it came up to like $20, and then the shipping was like $9. And then I was like, man, like if I order like 10 of these, like that's outrageous.
That's like $290.
But yeah, I figured out it's just gonna be cheaper if I just let Mom do it, and she knows what she's doing because she's been doing it for a while now. So
yeah, she's been doing little craft stuff like that for a long time.
Yeah,
which is cool.
But damn it. Oh yeah, before I interrupted myself, if you guys need to vent or want to talk about your life stories or problems or whatever, all you gotta do is just text the podcast, and then we'll get you scheduled on. I haven't really been pushing it for like the last 2 weeks because like I've been trying to like get the intros and stuff like that out of the way. So after this week, I'm gonna like really start trying to push it, and I might even pay a couple dollars here and there to advertise a video or so that way like more viewers see it.
So don't be scared to call in, guys. For real, you can stay anonymous or.
Yeah, you can stay anonymous or you can just like say your name or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
And I promise we're gonna try to relate to you.
Yeah. I mean, well, so far all the Texas and people I've talked to, like they're all relatable other than, that girl telling the story of her father that worked for NASA and everything.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm going to text her and ask if she can call in and talk to us about it.
All right.
Because that was pretty cool. Just reading it was awesome.
Just to have like someone on here to spark conversation.
Yeah.
Keep things going,
But let's see. What else can we talk about? How's work been going for you?
Pretty good, bro. Honestly, just
Yeah.
been showing up every day, picking up overtime. Like, yeah, just trying to keep my head down and do my job. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My work, pretty much the same. Like, I got an easy job now, so
Actually, I have a friend at work. This motherfucker, he's starting to piss me off. He's always like talking to me slick and coming at me sideways, kind of.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, for example, he said, it's gonna be kind of hard to explain, so try to follow me, all right?
All right.
So we're going to lunch, and there's this girl that me and him both talk to. He thinks they're closer than what me and her are. We actually hit it off real good. She's cool as hell, just friends,
Okay.
straight up. She's kind of walking a good distance from us, in front of us. He walks up behind me. He knows I used to do drugs because we used to do drugs together.
Okay.
He's always making. He walked up behind me. He said, "Bro, I want some." I was like, "Some of what?" I know what he's talking about. And
Trying to throw you underneath the bus.
Yeah. He just gives me a weird look. All right. So we walk past the lunchroom, and I say, "Oh, you like that right there?" I point at this beautiful girl standing there. He's like, "Yeah, that or that," and he points at that girl in front of us. I said, "Oh man, that's all you." He said, "Ah man, I think I'd rather it be yours first so I can take it from you."
The hell?
Swear to God, that's what he said. This man has been to my house. He one time he came over, he walked in and he said, "Daddy's home."
Okay.
Yeah, he does shit like that and also be in the mix of a decent friend, So like,
So there are people that like that do that.
yeah,
That like try to get in between and they get like some type of excitement out of it because I had like I didn't have the like to deal with it or whatever, but I had something kind of like that happen to me, and come to find out like that's what that dude kind of got off on.
yeah. And I've been trying to figure out like I feel like I'm a psychologist. Like I like to try to figure people out. For months, I've been trying to figure out why he does this shit, and I think that was the answer right there.
That's probably what it is. And for some reason now it's more popular and everything, and
Like I feel like he thinks he could take my spot and be better at being me.
not better than be at you, but better than you. That's probably what he thinks. That's what like those type of people.
That upsets me, dude. Like it don't even
I
make
mean,
me
that's
mad. Like
that's just somebody's personality, and like I said,
to me, I'm like, if you really feel that way, then let's throw hands. But he's not that type, so like, why? Why do you want to play these games, dude? Like, I came way out of my way to be his friend at one point, bro. Like, yeah, I was like, man, he's cool, and like, I feel like we have a lot in common. Like,
Well,
it was
I
alright
mean-
at first, and then man, I don't know. When I'm really friends with people, bro, and people talk shit about them, like it'll hurt my heart so bad, dude. Like I'll go in another room and like feel weak and like want to cry and like, yeah, if someone wants to talk
Okay.
real bad about you, bro, real negative in a negative manner.
I'm sure people's talk bad about me. But,
Yeah, but of course, it's not around.
Well, yeah, but I have the mindset like it doesn't matter what you say about me. It's not gonna affect me at all. So I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
But
Well, you know, like my past, if someone was to talk real ill of me and like, you know,
yeah,
you would speak up, and it would
yeah,
actually kind of hurt you because you'd be like, dude, he ain't nothing like that. You don't know shit.
yeah.
You know, so like yeah, it really hurts.
But I mean, that's just kind of how people are now. Like the whole people having morals and stuff like
I
that
don't
is
really believe people's that way. Ain't no way, bro. No,
it's definitely went downhill.
it's just the
Like
shit they do and the music they listen to, and
well, no, not only that, but like you can just see like people don't have like the morals and everything that they once had. And like I think the reason for that is religion isn't a huge part of people's lives anymore.
yeah,
And
that's the problem.
I mean, if you know me, I don't I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm still in the midst of like, believing, not
I would say I
believing.
believe in God and Jesus, but don't have a religion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's possible there's a God. Like, I don't want to go down that road. Like, but I still remain open minded. I don't judge anybody.
I had someone close to me say they believed in reincarnation, and you know they're always breaking down my religion, so I kind of done it to them. Right?
Yeah.
So like, I was like, so she tried to tell me that. Well, I said she. Well, anyways, it gets further than that. Anyways, she was like, yeah, I believe in reincarnation. I believe like depending on how you lived your life, you'll be born into like being an animal. Like she believes like she's a good person and she would like to be a dog. She thinks that's like moving up in the chain.
Okay.
And I tried to explain to her like some people don't look at dogs that way, for one. For two, like I said, okay, if someone gets convicted of rape and murder and everybody in the whole world believes this person done it, but they really didn't. I said, at the end of that person's life, who was there to say, I know you didn't do it? She was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like she was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Like who would be there to determine like, hey, you know, I know people lied against you and the evidence seemed like you done it, but it wasn't you.
Yeah. Well, one thing, she better hope she's not going to be reincarnated as a dog in China because they eat dogs. And another thing, that is not how reincarnation works. What reincarnation is, because like I've read all in it, and like Buddhism has a little bit of a different type of reincarnation, but basically reincarnation is your spiritual essence is transferred. So in our universe, everything's constantly transferred. Energy is always transferred. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed; just always transferred. So basically, what that is when you die, your essence is transferred into or something else, and you don't have the power or the control.
Yeah, I still believe all this. I believe reincarnation is halfway real too. I do.
Yeah, you don't have the control or anything to change or the power or whatever. That's
what they call your soul.
Yeah, like it just transfers into whatever. And
sometimes people reincarnate into animals. Sometimes people like the next person. Like,
well, and another thing, and people seem to think like, oh, it'd be cool to be a dog. Like, you wouldn't know. Your personality, everything gets left behind.
Yeah, like people don't understand that.
Yeah, that doesn't get transferred.
Yeah, like it's not like you're gonna remember your past life. Like,
yeah. And like, people say like, oh, well, I had deja vu and this. And
like
that.
I believe reincarnation is real, but under God's will. It's almost like you might be an angel, you might be born again. Like the crime fits the punishment. Well, whatever you done in life, like not necessarily you committed a crime, but I'm just saying, like if you done good all your life, like, the crime's gonna fit the punishment. Whatever he thinks, and it's gonna be dead on.
Yeah. And another thing is you can't become an angel. When you go to heaven, it's impossible to become an angel. All the angels are already created.
There. Yeah.
They're all like, all right. So I've read the Bible and everything. So all the angels are already there. When you die, you're not going to become an angel if you believe in Christianity. Basically, in Christianity, because technically,
what you're waiting for.
Jesus technically, when you die, you're stuck in Abraham's paradise, which what that is like you're just dead. Like you're just waiting until Jesus comes back, and then when he comes back, he fights Satan. That's when hell is made. That's when God judges all your sins, and then the whole assortment happens.
Earth is gonna be hell. Earth, like the material things, like the people that's like, I love it here. I would love to stay here forever. Okay,
Yeah.
you will be here forever, but the sun's gonna burn out. This and this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, and you're still gonna be stuck there.
Me and a buddy was talking, and we got on religion, and I normally don't like doing this because then like it just goes down a weird hole and then whatnot. But we was talking about religion, and I told him, I was like, do you think it's weird how like humans need something to be after like their life? Like everybody's scared to die. It's like, they're all scared like, this is it. Like we won't have any other chance. So we have to have something. And that's when like religion was created.
I'm scared of God. I'm scared of what he's gonna think. That's the part of death I'm scared about. If death is just all hunky dory and nothing ever happens, and so be it. But then people think that's the truth, or and it makes them just say, "Well, this is the only life I got," and then they go wild with it. Because I've been there.
I mean, yeah, but what's your viewpoint on God? Do you think he's like an all-knowing being, or do you think
he's not completely all-knowing? Because in the beginning of the Bible, how many times did he come back to Earth and say, "Where's who? Where's so and so? Where's who and who?" Like he didn't know where they was because he wasn't in the garden.
Yeah. All right, I want to go down this avenue real quick.
But he has, how the devil thinks he has the foreseeing eye, like he does because he was an angel, but God could see further than that. Like the devil might be able to see this far ahead, but God could see this.
All right, I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you got our universe, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you got all the galaxies, like hundreds of billions of galaxies.
Uh-huh.
All right. We are in the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we know there's life on Earth.
Yeah.
All right, so there's hundreds of millions of stars in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
So there could be life on
it is.
On
it is.
all those.
For sure.
All right, so do you think that the universe itself is just God?
He's always around. Like,
I mean, technically, like, he is around because he's the universe.
I would call him science. Like, when he does the thing he does, it's going to add up.
I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that,
he's...
That
it's something you can't put into words. You cannot... We don't have the words to explain what God is.
I mean, logically looking at it, it could just be...
We're never going to see him, even when we get to heaven. Like, we're never going to... He's going to be there and you're going to know it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be.
But that's only if you believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I believe there was a guy named Jesus Christ 2, 3, whatever, 1,000 years ago.
The shroud of Jesus.
And I got to thinking about this, though. What if every couple thousands of years or whatever, whoever the pinnacle of whatever the people look at that religion,
yeah,
that dude's that Jesus or whatever. And then after a couple thousand years ago, like kind of levels out, people forget about it, and then boom,
he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you ever think about that?
Yeah, bro. I know when it's almost no one that believes in God and Jesus on this earth, that's when he's going to come back. People's going to literally be standing there like...
I mean, that's kind of how it's starting to be, though.
Yeah.
Like, people don't go to church anymore. They don't worship.
It says that when Jesus comes back, people will be doing the same things they normally do. Like, it says building and stuff, but like, I picture when I was doing really bad things, I was always doing bad. If Jesus would have came back, it would have been like masturbating and him walking in. That's what it would have felt like. I would have been, damn, I'm
I mean,
fucked.
technically, when you do it, he sees it anyway.
Yeah, but doing drugs, like
That's
think
why when
about
I
other
do it,
women,
I
like
look straight up. I All right, never mind.
oh damn,
That was a
that's
joke,
horrible.
guys.
God damn. But yeah, man, like
Oh, shit.
at least now when he comes back, he'll see that I was trying to do better, like than what I was.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always good to try to better your life, like better your personality. The main thing is personality, because like I said, like everybody's on auto drive now.
Yeah,
Everybody's just like
God, God is
just
he's
going with
simple.
it.
He's simple, forgiving, and loving. He's had to take precautions. He's had to do things people don't realize. Why would God do this and this? Like, man, he could see so much further than what you could see. Like, he had to beat the devil thousands of years ago with one move. You think you're gonna be seeing results of him trying to
Yeah, but
work now?
he's God. He can defeat the devil anytime he wants.
Yeah, but
All right,
that
all right.
at least has more people up there in heaven to like. He gives people plenty of chances, man. Plenty, dude. When people are alone, they don't talk about it. Like we get the chance, man. We do. We should be thankful to even have the chance to like be in such a great place. Because when we're there, we're gonna be like, oh, I see why. I see why. It's gonna be different living organisms there, like because the universe is so big, it's other life. It'll never be boring.
All right. So
How
wait
do
a
you
minute.
create a
All
place?
right.
How do you create a safe haven for everybody that followed God and make it to where they don't ever want to leave? Only God could come up with this.
So you think
And I feel like this is an idea he gave me, like a little glimpse into heaven. Like it's going to be different life forms that live on other Earths in our universe. I
Okay.
feel like if you go to every Earth that has living organisms, they're going to have a religion. They're going to have a Bible. They're going to believe in God.
See, in a way, I kind of hate how like I have to think everything logical because my my viewpoint on things is like religion is kind of just made up because
The devil has used it to his advantage now. That's what's got people confused. That he's used God's word because he knows God's word down to a T, more than what we could ever know it. And he's
well,
going to twist the words.
it's also been changed a lot.
Yeah,
Like
by people
the Latin Bible
people that was influenced by him. That he planted seeds of deception.
Because the Latin Bible does not say the same thing as the Hebrew Bible. The Hebrew Bible does not say the same thing as the English Bible. They've all been changed.
Okay, well, you can't destroy the word of God no matter what. What's the main? It's all about God. In the end, following, praising, believing Him. Even if He's forgiven. Jesus went around and collected 12 people that society would have never accepted, dude. Never. And changed the world. I wouldn't say not quite accept, but they was just normal people, man. Like, not anything
I think most of them were
outstanding.
shepherds.
Yeah, but they weren't outstanding. They were just like normal.
I do know none of them could read, other than Peter, who wrote the second or the New Testament. He wrote most of the New Testament. Was Peter? He was the only one in in Jesus's flock who could read and write. All the rest of them, they couldn't. All they did is just say the same stuff that Jesus
said. And how
said.
great is that?
Well, the thing that gets me is like, what if Peter, who wrote the New Testament, was just saying whatever he wanted to say? So basically, the whole New Testament that everybody believes in is just some dude's imagination.
I just don't believe that some guy that was following God had only his intent at hand. Only his intentions.
Yeah, but it's very human to only think about like our intentions. Very rarely do you ever see anybody like.
Times were different back then, though.
I don't think they were. I think.
I kind of agree with that too, though.
Humans are kind of stuck in their ways, so I think like basically everybody how it is now, that's how it was back then.
just if this whole time the Bible was created with ill intent,
I don't think it was
what
created
was
with
the
ill intent.
what?
I do think it was created to help people and to have morals and like to do good stuff, because like the Bible is it's a good structure to have. And the reason why I think that everybody, like, not only social media has caused it, but like everybody's kind of wishy-washy and like, out here cheating on their
So you think the Bible
spouses.
was true at first, then it's got twisted as time has went on?
No, I don't think that at all. So what I think is, I think social media and the the push from religion is a bad thing, because now you got people out here that don't really have any morals. They go steal, do whatever, cheat on their wife, like
That's how
kill.
people that's how people get when they turn away from God. You will be like that.
Well, I mean, no, that's not how it. Like, I have morals, all right, and I don't necessarily believe in any type of religion. So I just think like it's good to have some type of structure. Like, this is hard to.
I know what you mean. Like
Yeah,
when I had no structure in my life, bro. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Like when you don't have a structure, like, yeah, like, all right, I'll snort this, smoke this, do
Wake up
this,
at this time,
do
sleep
that.
in, not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got bad.
So it's good if you have a structure. That's why like religion and Christianity, like it is a good structure to have, or like Islam, whatever. Like whatever religion you believe, it's usually a good structure to have because it keeps you on the right path. The thing with being logical or just not caring is you don't have that structure. So either you have to make one for you, which for me, I have certain rules. All right. One rule is, all right. Well, I was cheated on. All right. So
Yeah.
one rule: I will not cheat, no matter what. I won't. I won't put that out there. I won't I won't even mess with it. All right.
Not at all. I know you won't. I would put my freaking life on it.
I rarely ever talk to other girls. The only time I talk to other girls, like other than
It's
like
with the
family
podcast.
and whatnot, is that's it. Like
Yeah, I know,
that's it.
bro. I could vouch for that.
I don't even talk to any girls at work because
Like this man don't even flirt in the slightest. Like
I don't. It's because once you put that out there, it just
yeah, you put off the friend vibe.
it just
that's it.
gravitates more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even entertain it. And for one, I don't steal because stealing, I mean, you don't want people to label you as a thief, because it's something that you can't get rid of. So I don't steal, and I just try to be open minded and respectful to everybody. Unless like you're disrespectful to me,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I'm gonna be disrespectful to you. But if you're respectful to me, I will show you the same type of respect. And yeah, like I just have certain rules for myself that I set, because I don't have a certain structure. Like I don't have I would like to have it, but my mind, I just can't get behind certain stuff. Like the way I believe is like humans, we always need something to believe in. And so that's how like why religion was made. Not only for that, but like, it could have been made to control people, because the Vatican are insanely powerful.
Yeah, but they're not very. They can't see very far then, because if they created the Bible to control people, that's the people that's speaking up against the things they want to do. You feel me?
How do you get that?
Like the Christians and shit dying, speaking up, saying no, we ain't doing what you want to do because we don't believe in it. It's satanic. It's
Okay.
bad. Like,
Kind of like the Jews
but that's
in the
the people
Holocaust.
speak. Like it's supposedly the bad people set up a structure, so these people would stay out of their way. Well, now we're in their way.
All right. Yeah, but
But if the Bible was never created, I just don't feel like humans would have been smart enough to come up with this idea on their own. And like, even if we did, do you think the list of rules you follow would be the same list if God wasn't real?
Well, the funny thing about that is there was a religion way before Christianity, Islam, and Judaism
Yeah.
that had it was kind of like a like the you know how like the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
So this religion had that, and it was like, don't steal, don't kill, and this was like a couple thousand years before
Like
Christianity and stuff was
Well,
even
it
created.
was probably a different religion then, but when Jesus comes back, a new different rules are set.
Okay, so what you're saying is like it was the same religion, just it was called something different,
Yeah,
and
like
so every couple thousand years, it's
before
pretty much
Jesus
going to
came
be
back
like,
the last time, wasn't there a time where animals had to be sacrificed to God and stuff? Like
well, they like
for actual God, not Satan. Satan does that stuff now because he tries to imitate God.
well, I do know like people sacrifice stuff to the gods and all
Well,
that.
see, once Jesus came back last time, then that was no longer needed because Jesus shed his blood.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there was no more blood needed. So see how the rules change? See how things change a little?
yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just the the way I see things, it's too logical, and sometimes I hate it, but then again,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like I don't because I don't fall into like I'm not battling myself like whatnot like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get what I mean like
Yes.
you know how like some days you're like, oh man, like God, like
Like God,
it'll
like
be all
what?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
But you'd be like, oh, I'm just not being a good person or this or that. Like I don't have that, and I guess I'm kind of like on auto drive of like always like being a decent person. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there's some days I'll wake up and like I'm just not dealing with anybody's crap. Like I don't want to be talked to. I have those days. They're rare, but I have them.
I believe like you're past that point, bro. Like you've done well enough to where you ain't gotta worry about. I feel like you're waiting to feel like that one day. Like one day to wake up and be like, oh man, I ain't doing the right thing. But you are, bro. So the Holy Spirit is with you in a different way. Like you know when you can feel it when someone needs your help. You can feel it when someone needs listened to. Like
Yeah.
that's when the Holy Spirit speaks new to you, not at the moments when, like me, I know I still fuck up, so that the Holy Spirit will speak to me about you're fucking up, this and that, and I feel like shit for it. You don't do that to you because you're not fucking up.
Well, I mean,
He speaks to you in different ways.
I can't say that because I have done like bad crap or whatever.
Yeah, but you're doing the normal sins. You're doing the sins that he expects, not like.
All right, another thing. Why are you so hard on yourself? And
I always will be.
I've always wondered that.
Because I
Like you do
like
not
to fight for it.
Yeah, but you don't have to be hard on yourself.
I feel like if
You're probably the one person who is the hardest on themselves that I know.
Barry, I would never stop. Never.
Yeah,
People
but why?
said this.
That puts so much stress and pressure on you.
It does, bro. But something tells me to not stop. Something tells me like it hurts me, but it also helps me.
Yeah, but what do you get out of it? Like I don't
I need to.
I don't see any benefits.
I'm trying to
in
master it. I'm trying to master the point to where getting on myself and not fucking up again. Just like, because then once I get to that point, look how strong I'll be, bro. Like mentally and physically, and like Amber asked the same thing, bro. Why I purposely like I'll hurt myself more. Like it's almost like the fight from the bottom. Like I said, like it's like
I've always wondered that, and I don't know. For some reason, I just like why is he always so hard on himself? Like, because you are like I don't know why, but you're
I don't feel like I am.
no, you are like
Because when in life, when I do say fuck it, the next week is horrible. Because that one day I said fuck it, everybody that's around me like hates me. I wouldn't say hates me, but they're like, oh, here's old Blake again. And then I get told to put in more effort and do this and do that. And I'm like, what more can I do? Just because I said fuck it for 12 hours of a 24-hour day, now I'm like cursed for
Okay.
the next week is what it feels like, bro. And it's only because I stopped being hard on myself for that little bit of time. I need to stay on myself, bro, because if not, I'm not good with free will kind of shit. Like when I
So you
just
think
just
if you're
fuck it.
not as hard on yourself as you are, that you'll sink down
Not
and
saying me being hard on myself hasn't caused me to sink down, because it has. It's just it's up to me what I do with that. It's a blessing and a curse. What am I gonna make of it?
see, to me, it just seems it's more.
Hurtful
Yeah,
and downing.
it's more. I wouldn't say pointless, but it's like it's more crap that you don't really have to deal with, but you still make yourself
You
deal
know
with
what
it.
flows through my head, bro, when I'm like that? The only thing that comes to my head is, I don't know how is it said in the Bible. Endure till the end. Endure to the end. I need to just endure it all. Almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay with God till the end and endure all the pain, all the times I've been sitting there and I hate myself and want to do something I probably shouldn't to make it better. But it's not even just at that moment. That feeling will stay for like a week and days. And
Yeah, well, see, like that's what I don't get. Like, why would you put yourself through all that?
because the only way to make those feelings go better is to like set aside God's word and compromise His religion, compromise what He wants me to do. Sometimes I have to sit there through the pain and let the devil like pull on my heartstrings and like
And see, I don't have that. Like, I don't
because you're
like.
past that. You're past it, bro. I'm
I've
the
never had that though. Like
I had a point in my life, bro. This is also how I know God's real. I didn't care to say if this is what it feels like to follow Satan. I'm down. Like I could have just been like, yeah, there ain't no God. I can do whatever I want. But instead, I said to myself that, and that's why, yeah, I will always have to suffer a little bit for that mistake
see,
because I was high on meth. Let's be honest, guys.
yeah, but I mean, there's tons of people that are how and this or that
Yeah,
or
but they're not hard on themselves, and just look how it hurts them. And yeah,
yeah. But here's the thing: like like you've suffered the consequences of doing drugs.
yeah,
Why continue
fuck
to
up
to
every now and
put
again.
yourself? Well, yeah, I mean, all right. So I don't know the urges and all that of being addicted to that type of stuff, and I can only imagine it's crazy. Like one day, like you,
Stupid.
yeah, like one day you're just sitting there and that's all you can think about. Like
Not even
I don't have that.
not even
So
that. The only emotion you have is hate and sadness for like a while, and that helps. And it's something you can't explain either, bro.
yeah,
Until
I
you
get
have those
that.
like feelings all the time, and it's like mixed with your regular emotions and your happiness, and like it's it's fucked, bro.
Now, do you think doing those drugs is what caused that, or is that just something that
Oh
was just there and now you realize it because you did those drugs?
no, it was there before. I just didn't know how to acknowledge them as a teenager.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know I was depressed and stuff because shit. You might even know a little bit. Like come home from school and sleep. Like slept all day in school. Come home, sleep some more, play COD for a few hours, eat dinner, then sleep all night.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know how many times my mom came in the room like right before I left and started living with my dad. Like, what's wrong, son? You don't come out here and watch TV with me no more. Like, yeah, and I don't know why. I was only in high school. What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't do that. I was addicted to zombies. So I
Yeah,
literally zombies and Modern Warfare. if I wasn't playing those two, I was sleeping for a couple hours. That was my life back then. But what I want you to do is not be so hard on yourself. For one, like all that's in the past. You can't go back and change it.
Yeah.
You've dealt with the consequences. And yeah, like, you'll continue to deal with them. That's the punishment you should have. You shouldn't be punishing yourself and like putting yourself through it all.
Yeah, bro, because you know how many times like I've hated myself and then like, fucking, I am gonna get high. And I get high and I hate myself twice as much. Like, I mean, dude,
All right. Well, instead of
I think I put myself through so much hell, bro, that I carry it with me day to day. Like, sometimes I shake it off a little bit, but it's the devil, man. It's the devil on my back. It is, dude. It really is. Is it a blessing or a curse? Because when I'm good, bro, and I wake up in the morning, I'm tired, and I get motivated, like, just like, quit being a bitch. Get moving, like, smile. Dude, I'm good. I'm golden. Like, all day. I don't think about it. Like, that's a blessing right there, not to even think about it. And have energy and, like, feel strong again. Like, I'm eating and. But then sometimes, bro, I'll wake up and I can't shake that feeling. Like, he's really on my back this time. And it's the devil, bro. It is. That's how I know he's real. I'm young, man. I should never feel like that. You know why I feel like that? Because I had the Holy Spirit with me, dude. Like, it's a battle, man. Just because I fuck up and get high every now and again, why do I feel like shit and so tired the next day, even though I ate and stuff?
well, I mean, all right.
It's Satan, man. He's on me.
Well, no, there's a scientific reason for that.
Well, yeah, I know.
The reason why you feel like shit is because, for one, I don't know why everybody thinks like I got to be happy all the time. Like that's not
Yeah.
sustainable.
That's how I remember myself being, though. But I wasn't. I just told you in high school I wasn't.
Well, nowadays everybody thinks like, oh, I got to be happy all the time, and that's why like people are always buying this, buying that, doing this, doing that. Like it's not sustainable. And like
When I put full faith in God, I'm happy. Always. Lay down with a smile, giggling. Wake up with a smile, giggling. But that's only when I fully let Him take it all from me. And it's almost like I get high to go through the day and just not be like, oh, I'm tired or like, oh, I'm stressed. Just to be here. And the only thing that saves me is I can take over my high and be good when I need to be good. Like, not want to get high more. Not being there for my friends. Like, not doing the things I should.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, not saying it hasn't the next day, because it has, like, affected me. And then that's when I feel bad. But just to flow through the day. Just to float through the day. Is what it feels like. Like, never have a moment of, like, stress. Like, you're just there and then just you're enjoying the moment.
But what I want you to work on is stop trying to, because it feels like to me you just like you try to just carry everything.
But I'm not, bro. Like, that's another thing. I do, but what am I carrying? What?
You,
When I ask this question, I don't know what it is.
it feels like to me like you like, all right. So how I am is like the way I see things is if it's already happened, I don't care about it. Like, yeah, you can learn from your mistakes,
Yeah.
but to keep feeling down about something that's happened in the past, for one, it's hindering your present.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's bad for your future,
Mental
and
health.
it's
all of it.
pointless because it's already happened. Like you have no power to go back and change it. So there's no point in feeling bad or like having any type of emotional response to whatever's happened. So the way that I see things is, you know what? Like I learned from it. I won't do that, won't do this, whatever it was. All right, and I'll put all my being into the present time because it's the only thing I like.
You got really,
I can plan for the future,
but you can't
but
be for sure you're
and
gonna be there.
even in the future, at that present time, whatever I plan, stuff could happen. So I just plan for the present time, and I just go about that. I do that. I don't try to concentrate on the past.
That's exactly why you're past where I'm at, bro. Like you know, you're past that, bro. If I would just suck it up and do absolutely what I need to do, and just, I would be focused on the next step, not ever looking back and like. But when I can't make sense of something, I look to God for it, and he usually gives me answers. And the answer I get when I say, "Why do I carry this? Why am I so hard on myself?" Tells me because that's how he feels. Like, am I just making this shit up in my head? I could be, for real, dude. But, like, the shit he tells me, and you can admit it, sometimes the shit I say is something I should not come up with.
Yeah, but I've heard it before.
Oh, real? See? Have you heard that? What I just said?
Most of the stuff you say, I've heard from like YouTube videos.
And, bro, I promise you, I haven't heard that. And if I have heard something, I told you I've heard it from somewhere. I'm not sitting here and acting like I'm having conversations with God. But he does, man. He does talk to me. It's got to be him. And if not, dude, then I'm fucking insane. And I'm psychotic.
I mean, everybody's a little insane.
Yeah.
So, but, I don't know. For me, it just feels like you're too hard on yourself. And I think, like, you should just, like, don't go insane with it. Like, it's like, oh, screw it.
I will,
this
bro.
or that.
I will.
Still have structure with your life. Still, like, set up some rules or whatever. And then try not to let... The main thing with you, though, you're a very emotional person. And that's kind of how you've always been. And it's not a bad thing. That's actually one thing I like about you. Because, like, I know, like, when you're saying something, you mean it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So I know, like, there's no bullshitting. Like, it's what you're saying and you're meaning it at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they're not like that. Like, a lot of people just kind of blend it in or, like, say what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you're hindering yourself because you think too much on it.
Yeah, I do.
And, like, it's a good thing because you have a lot of self-reflection when you hinder yourself with that type of stuff, like whatever thoughts you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also causing yourself unnecessary, like, pain, stress.
Mm-hmm. Bad.
So what I think you should do, and like I said, like, you don't have to listen to me. Like, I'm just a regular guy, don't know shit. I think, like, try not, still care, but try not to hinder yourself as much as you do.
I will, bro.
I'm trying to figure out how I can put this in words. I'm gonna think on it. Let me think about that.
It's hard to. It is.
But yeah, you're a very emotional person, which, like I said, it's not a bad thing. I can be emotional, but it's hard for me to get into that type of space.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because, like, of how my mind works. Like everybody's mind is different. I 100% believe that.
Oh yeah.
My mind, unfortunately, I'm way more logical, and it kind of sucks sometimes because there's, like, I'll even look like
no level of curiosity left.
I have curiosity, I do, but I can't believe in certain things because, like, Carmen believes in God and Jesus and all that. And, like, I'll see other people believe. And, like, there's this one dude at work. Like, he is, like, 100% max, like, even more than you. Like, he is just, like, straight, like, Jesus, God, everything.
Yeah.
And I see that, and I'm like, man, I was like, like, I could be missing out on that type of experience. And
bro, people that really do give their life to God, they're fully happy, dude. What we chase, what us everyday people chase, man. Like,
yeah,
literally from almost the moment they wake up till they go to bed. Not saying they don't run, but man, the devil will throw obstacles at them. But as long as they still just keep that faith in God, man, it's like rolls right off their shoulder. Like, what can you do to them? Nothing.
yeah. But I see people, like, they believe in so much that they have, like, it seems to me like they have some type of experience, but I can't get my mind to, like, believe in stuff. And one, it's in my teenage years, I went through, like, a mass,
Yeah.
like, delve into Christianity and all other types of religions.
You believe, bro.
And
You do.
I mean, I believe it's possible there's a God. Is he some guy who's looking at you right now who cares about your existence? No.
For anybody that thinks it's absolute ridiculous, like, you think it's a joke, okay, then treat it as a joke. Follow Satan. Give your life to Satan. And see what happens. Dude, I promise you, dude, you will, after about 5 years, you'll be, oh my God, the devil's real, so God's got to be real. And you'll know. You'll know. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know you wouldn't do that. I know if I said, well, give your life to the devil, man, see what happens.
Well, see, I, like, even though I don't like technically believe in anything, I still try to be, like, a good person.
That's how I know you believe.
Like
you're just maybe not fully, like, it's hard to explain. It's not
like,
something for me to speak on. It's your experience.
I still try to help people. I still do what I can, and, like, I don't judge. I'm respectful. Like I said, like, I have, like, certain rules or guidelines, like, I use to make sure I stay on, like, a good path. But I don't know. Just sometimes I feel like I'm missing out, and I've went to church and I didn't like it because the church I went to, like, I told people, like, I don't know if I really believe this and that, and, like, they were kind of, in a way, like, like, even the preacher, like, mentioned something like, oh, we got a young man here, and he's not really one of our flock, and, like, and I was like,
oh, what?
Yeah.
Dude, they're all fake. If not a single one of them can act like they don't feel that way.
Well, and
I can't sit here and act like I don't feel that way.
and I felt really judged, and, like, even just, like,
worse.
sitting in the church and whatever, like, I felt like people were, like, just, like, looking at me and this and that, and I was like, it's not really something I feel like, good at, so I don't think I'm gonna come back. And
When God's with each and every one of them individually, but not as a group, because it's easier to lose your focus as a group. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that whole church, like,
well, I will say that's one weakness humans have. Like, when we get grouped together, being a good person and all that goes out the window. Because, I mean, you got, like, I mean, there's evidence of it now. Like, you got politics, you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, you got, this or that. Like, there's always seems to be a team, and they always seem to go against each other. Just like the whole God and devil.
yeah, why is everything, like, divided? You know? Especially our government.
I don't even
with
want to
that.
get into the whole
Yeah.
government thing because I have been listening to, like, this news thing, and each day they have some new type of information about how America is going downhill, and it's 100% a fact.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's making me hate our government, but our government is shit right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping, like, this is the first time I've ever voted, and I'm gonna vote. And I'm hoping
Good.
I'm hoping we get somebody else in office that can change all that. But it don't look good for Americans, guys.
No. I just put more faith in God. That's all I'll do.
And
I just feel like one day I'm gonna die at the hands of, a gun. Like, well, for my beliefs. That's how I want to go out. I won't be completely happy with myself till then. I want God to be like, "You did good, son."
Yeah.
That's nothing's gonna make me happy till then. I want Him to say it.
Yeah. But yeah.
We should probably stop this podcast.
Yeah, I know we're at 1 hour.
It's going good,
But sorry, guys, that was going back and forth and flip flopping and everything. Just had a lot to unload and whatnot. I hope everybody watches and everything and follows us, likes, subscribe, all that crap if you want.
Yeah, please do, or at least just call in,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would I would love to have people to call in instead of liking and subscribing.
I would just love to have people to just at least be in the comments and be like, "Hey, y'all getting off track."
Yeah,
Just dedicated fans. It's like, hey, y'all are on a good one. Watch it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
But also, I would just like to have more people to call in and just tell us about your point of view or whatever, because then we get to see how other people are, and we're not just just stuck with just us. But I hope everybody has a good weekend. And when are we going to be doing this again?
Wednesday or Thursday.
Want to do it Thursday?
Yep, Thursday.
What time?
6.
All right.
Yeah, 6.
Thursday at 6 p.m., guys.
You want me to look at the date?
Yeah, look at the date.
So, 31st is Sunday.
Count it up.
First, it's the 4th.
All right, so October 4th at 7 p.m., guys. It's on a Thursday. We'll be going live.
6 p.m.
Shit. 6 p.m. And we'll be going live. And, we should be having Chase, the help theory guy, calling in.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So we're going to be talking to him. Should be pretty interesting just to see, what goes on or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. And, yeah, you want to...
God bless. And have a good day.
Later, guys. And bye-bye.